That's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
That was.
I've just
realised. Why are we doing this? I'm recording Discord audio like last time.
Oh my
It
god,
makes it easier.
Charlie.
No, but what I mean is we could have just all clapped separately.
No.
Nah.
Anyway.
We
To be fair, Charles, your idea of syncing is probably...
Oh yeah, that was fucking beautiful last time.
Yep.
Hey guys, welcome to the Clip It podcast, the only podcast on, well, not Twitch anymore, it's on all of the internet, with... Right, how's everybody doing? It's good to see you all. We are joined here by Agent...
We never were the only one on Twitch. I just want to point that out. We never legally claim to be the only one on Twitch.
We did. We are joined here by Agent Oink,
What is up, gamers?
Astivud,
Hey, what up, bud?
and Delicious.
Dab.
Fuck Dab for those haters. How are we all doing today?
I'm doing alright.
All right.
Good.
Pretty late. Pretty late for the next podcast. You know?
Yeah, I think we're 2 weeks late now, so that's
about 5 months late.
5 months.
Mm.
Yeah, five months. We've all
It's a
been
little
busy.
late.
We've all been busy. I've been in lockdown at the beginning of October, and I had my birthday in the middle of October.
It's been a month of excuses.
Yeah, it's been a month of excuses to my boss not going into work, and
Why would you say that?
because there's a valid reason I couldn't go into work for
I mean,
leave.
yeah, it
you
was a
wouldn't say
valid excuse, but
excuses,
the way
then.
you're saying, like, oh,
Okay,
made excuses.
I'm just going to do something in a second.
Okay.
Excuses. Definition. So,
He's going to file a report for my boss.
an excuse is to seek to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offence. Okay, so now
Yeah.
I have to look up fault and offence. So, offence definition. Google
Something you
didn't
put
function.
around your garden.
The breach of a law or rule and legal acts, annoyance or resentment brought about a perceived insult or a disregard for oneself, the action of attacking someone or something.
Basically,
So,
you should have just said reason.
yeah, I
So,
feel like
can I just
excuse
say
was not relevant
something?
here.
I just want to give
Comes from
context.
the word offensus in Latin.
I just want to give context for those who can't, or obviously you can't see Joan. He is currently drinking Smirnoff and lemonade.
Why did you say?
Because if he starts just
Why not?
acting a bit
Because,
weird,
yeah,
later on-
everyone needs to know you're an alcoholic.
I just want to point out
clearly.
as well, that lemonade's 79p. That's way more expensive than the 30p lemonade I got on my cupboard.
know.
Go to
It's
Tesco's.
17p at Tesco, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's the fucking shop near me. It's terrible. I hate
God,
spending
the
this
bacon from that shop was appalling.
much. I
The
hate
what?
that shop.
The bacon from a shop
Okay,
all
okay.
clumped up into a ball and it was so thin.
I don't care what topics we're talking about. We're talking about this bacon. Is it the bacon he bought, or is it the way you made it that caused the
No.
issue?
No. It was the bacon I bought.
Yeah.
When if you like, I thought it was normal bacon. I picked one up and you could see right through it. It was transparent.
Okay.
And and so basically I had to use the whole pack for like the equivalent of like 3 strips of bacon. Cooking it was fucking terrible because it just kept sticking, so then it ended up all just clumping into like a mass together. It was beautiful.
I can't imagine it cooked evenly.
Are you sure you didn't just?
Phelan was there, Phelan saw it.
Are you
I-
sure you
I
just
was
didn't have
watching.
like a rogue experiment go wrong?
Nope, Phelan saw it.
Okay, that Welsh bacon, everybody.
Not
Yeah.
just Welsh bacon, it was that bacon. The other bacon I bought after that was fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Fair.
if you'd bought
Actually,
bacon.
this is a weird question, but do you guys prefer I don't know how to word this, but the typical American bacon where it's like the strip.
Streaky or back bacon?
Yeah.
Back.
Back.
Yeah, depend. I will say that there are opportunities where streaky bacon is better, but if you're just asking me plain bacon, clearly back bacon.
Out of interest, when would you opt for the crispy bacon?
Sometimes it's good in salads
Oh,
and
okay.
things like that
Okay.
because it's just got that extra bit of crunch to it.
Yeah.
I don't eat salad, so that makes sense.
Fair.
No, I would agree with you. I don't eat that much salad, but if I was to, streaky
Should we
bacon
list
would definitely
everything
be the better option for it. I think it's just is. I don't know. It's gonna. I'm not saying that because you guys might be funny of me. Never mind.
Yeah, but that's. The
I'm just
point
trying to
of
work
this.
out what you'd have in a fucking salad, bro. Like, what's he gonna be? Turkey dinosaurs, a steak, and a fucking slab of streaky bacon. Like,
If I was to do a
Don't forget the
lettuce
chips.
salad, I don't know. I think the saltiness of streaky bacon would definitely help
Yeah.
Not
balance
the
it out a bit
flavour of
better.
the bacon, just the saltiness of it.
Have you
When
considered
you
just
just
adding
add
salt
salt.
to your salad?
No, because that's disgusting. But
So what's your view on anchovies?
what? Not a big fan
No.
What? Why?
because they're just not nice.
Have you ever actually tried them?
Are you are aware? You're asking the guy who just said 2 different beers tasted like Guinness.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
And that
to be
enjoys
fair
Guinness.
though, when we say 2 different beers, we are specifically talking about 2 different stouts. And to say 2 different stouts taste
Yeah.
like Guinness, a stout, ain't like that out there. It's not like you're comparing like an IPA
then
and
again-
fucking stout.
But then again, I say to me, rum tastes rum, tequila, and vodka all taste the exact same, and
Yeah,
whiskey.
but you're fucking insane, aren't you, mate?
Tequila. Yeah, you're fucking
Like,
stupid.
like I could see in like the worst possible case, like the absolute dirt cheapest rum and like vodka, especially in like a mixer, you could definitely get like the same generic alcohol taste.
Mixer's
But
dead,
tequila, like
No,
come on.
Absolutely not tequila. In no way ever.
Next, you're gonna tell me that Sambuca tastes the same as vodka?
Never had it, but probably does.
It doesn't.
I'd like to see you drink some Sambuca.
It
We
all
need a
just tastes like
drinking stream
ethanol
one
to
day.
me. It's
we
horrific.
need to get Charles drunk on a podcast.
No, we are
We're
not
so
going to be
good.
drunk.
Every
Instead
podcast
of
is
a
a
drinking
drinking
stream,
stream
we
for
need
me.
an eating stream. We need to
Oh yeah.
make Charles.
This has
Oh,
been a very
so-
tangent
Actually, that
filled
is a
intro.
good idea. I might buy a takeaway.
Shut the fuck up! You don't have the
I swear
money.
to God.
I do.
We
You
were
clearly see
given
I have the money in my
half a dozen
savings.
reasons before the podcast started. Charlie randomly came out of nowhere and gave us about a list of reasons as to why he couldn't get takeaway.
I want a takeaway. I'm desperate.
I don't know
for
if this
takeaway.
is some weird hinting going on or what.
Right.
but
Okay. So Charles, how much would a takeaway cost you if you were to purchase one? What
Ooh,
do you spend normally on an individual takeaway? Because it obviously varies quite a lot personally.
I
and
would
where you
probably
live.
go around £11 because I'd
And a
like to
minimum
get it
for
to
delivery.
the minimum for delivery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more reasonable that it would be here where I live. No, it's normally around £15 to £20 is the minimum you can spend
Jeez.
individually. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, like if it's me and Cass ordering, we normally spend about 16 max.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Yeah, well, what I was going to suggest is the amount you spend on a takeaway you spend on a spirit instead, but then in reality a takeaway is like half the price of a spirit for you, so I can't really justify that.
I mean, if
Or-
people were to go to twitch.tv/tacticaltv and then donate, then you could have
True.
takeaway.
Actually, no. He can't spend the money on takeaway because he's saving up for that new for the
Oh,
new
that
new
processor.
CPU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just use my personal money to get the takeaway, and then I'll that go away from the savings.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Right.
Actually, you could subscribe to twitch.tv/tacticaltv, and then that money would go to his next takeaway.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
visit twitch.tv/product/tacticaltv and pick up a subscription there.
I don't remember any of these. I just say go to tacticaltv.com and buy my merch.
Yep.
I wish I had a website. I don't. Can't be fucked because there's no need for me to have one right now.
Hmm.
I saw In the Littlewood where he made a website recently, which I just didn't see the point of because it just has all his YouTube and socials on there. But he does. It was broken as fuck, but he has a website. Anybody cares? Great content creator. I don't know if he's done anything bad, but In the Littlewood seems like a generally nice guy.
I can confirm from the events that have happened in the Yogscast the past few years, Martin is so far spared. He does Fortnite content and stuff, so
Oh no,
That's
Wait,
pretty
he
chill.
does Fortnite now.
He has his own demons.
he doesn't only do Fortnite, but he has focused heavily on Fortnite for quite a while.
nice. Sorry,
You just go in the
Focus
Littlewood on the
COD
Epic Store.
Mobile.
I just saw a post saying this mouse has customizable RGB and macros, and it only costs £30. Cool.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
I don't have much
Talk about
comments on that.
standard.
Yeah, that just seems standard. That's like, why has that become fucking today's? Oh, there's literally nothing happening. When I walked downstairs to get my lovely slice of cake, what was his name? Boris Johnson was talking. I didn't know what about. I'm assuming nothing, and I haven't actually looked at the news to see if they've said anything today that may change anything. But
This one costs less than £20.
we're not. Yeah, that was. I just don't know what's going on at the moment, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we I don't know. It's probably still ongoing actually.
Yeah, I'm
but yeah,
checking the
there's
news
the.
for
evening meeting. All I know is that Manchester's moving to Tier 3 and they advised against a national lockdown for the whole of the UK on the basis that the science doesn't back it up, on their opinion that if the cases are really low in this part of the UK but really high in this part of the UK, just have a lockdown in the part where it's high. Which is like, okay.
Sorry,
But
I
the
don't
Tier 3
understand.
lockdown that you're moving Greater Manchester to because it's got high cases means people can go out to bars and restaurants, can go shopping, go to weddings and funerals. Like, there's no lockdown here, love.
I don't know if it's just me, but the fact that
Wait,
they
I've
said
got a picture. I've got a funny picture.
the fact they just
Carry on.
I don't know if it's just me or not, but I just feel it's a bit stupid that the UK government went, we're not going to do a national lockdown because in our opinion science isn't correct. I don't know if that's just me
Yeah.
reading that wrong or what, but that just seems really ignorant.
Pretty much.
And like we're currently what, today was 21,000 new cases or something stupid like that.
I haven't seen England.
I've not been keeping track of news.
Let me find
Yeah,
out.
we had a really, really high amount of cases today,
Oh, great.
I believe.
It was a new highs, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was a new high today.
Daily today was 21,331.
I've literally been keeping count on my county's cases at the moment.
Yeah.
Today's
That's
daily
understandable.
deaths was 241.
Just to really date this, you can look back through the COVID history and know exactly when this was recorded.
Yep.
Yep. But that's just not good. That's like I honestly feel like at the moment the UK government are going, we're going to brute force this one and hope the numbers go down at some point.
Well, I mean, that's what they wanted to do in the beginning.
Yeah, but
This is taking the...
I mean, yeah, originally we were going to take a herd immunity strategy, which was a stupid decision, see Sweden.
yeah.
We
I hate it.
very quickly turned around from that, entered a national lockdown, came out of it at a slightly early but reasonable time, in my opinion, then didn't enter back into one once we're having the highest surge in cases we've ever had, higher than when we went into national lockdown originally, etc., etc. And now we have this traffic light 3-tier system, where
Which is-
basically... The first tier of like there's medium risk of COVID, nothing happens. In the second tier, nothing happens, and in the third tier, nothing happens.
Yeah, literally the
Yeah,
the
that
tiers go from
Image is the one Alfie sent, I think.
the
for
tiers
me.
Oh,
go
is it?
from we're doing
He DM'd it to
something.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tiers are we're doing something at the moment. Then the next tier up is we're gonna basically say that you can't do anything, but you can, but you can't, but you can if you want to. And then the third tier is, sorry, what's the second tier again? Oh yeah, it's literally it.
Sick.
It's stupid. They don't give two
Isn't
shits.
it great?
Honestly.
In that time, by the way, I got another goddamn fake fucking Amazon Prime email saying it's about to be cancelled. I don't know where they're all coming from recently.
Amazon Prime.
God, yeah, maybe I should check my orders at this point. There's been a good handful of them. God, it's...
But yeah, no. Let's stray more into what we wanted to talk about. Something we
We did have topics
yeah,
organised for
we
this
had
somehow.
topics.
I think
then
it's
this is
going
what
better
happens.
without them.
Yeah, but one of the topics,
Same.
one of the topics I wanted to talk about because it's kind of relevant, or is very relevant to me at the moment, is AMD had their reveal for the 5000 series CPUs. Which
And that's
was
how long we
interesting.
haven't had a
Yeah,
podcast.
we
in.
were meant to do a podcast on that. That didn't happen, but I did want to talk about that because that is definitely something to speak about, and we're getting more information on it soon, as well as them being released in 2 weeks. So
Let's see if I can find those benchmarks I was looking at. 'Cause the 39, from what I saw, the new 5950X, apologies if I get any of these numbers wrong, was top pretty much across the board as you'd expect.
Yeah.
Followed very mostly by the 3950X and then the 5900X, which to me suggests the 3950X might be the
Yeah.
best, just like price,
Again, I
depending
didn't
on how
see-
expensive it is.
I heard you mention those benchmarks. I haven't seen them myself, but I could definitely
see if
see
I
a
can
case where the
find
3000 series was equivalent, if not maybe very slightly better at multi-threaded performance. But, the 5000 series has got that uptick in single-threaded that they were talking about. So it might be the case that depending
That's
on
true.
application and such, it's kind of just a toss-up between either, because you may as well get the cheaper older generation if it's going to be cheaper
no,
and it suits you.
And
it just hurts so much for me because as a recent person who was just upgraded to like as a person who just recently upgraded to like a top of the line i7 processor, just hearing all
Clown.
of these like new
Clown.
I know hearing all these new Ryzen processors come out, it just hurts. And it's not like I can't afford them. It's just it's too early for me to just ditch what I've already bought.
Sounds like you can't afford
It's no, it's the fact that you're on a Intel system. So if you wanted to go to AMD, you would have to get a new motherboard, and so that's just extra money to put into this into your Switch per se. Maybe
Yeah,
an upgrade
and-
or not.
Obviously, I could just sell them off second hand, but it's just too early because I've just bought them so recently. It just feels too early for me to
Again,
like,
I bought
already
this.
get rid of them.
I brought this up before. Just think on the bright side. You're never gonna do what I did, and I'm never gonna make my money back on my RAM ever in my lifetime, unless I was to keep it to the point where people are still using it, but it's like a rare, not rare, but like not a very common series of RAM like DDR4. But at the moment, I'm never gonna make my money off that. So that's a fun fact. But no, yeah, I'm looking into getting a 3000 series CPU. I'm still debating on I'm still thinking of what to do at the moment. It's so much more. It's not complicated. It's just I just don't know what to do at the
Well,
moment.
I'll just wait until see benchmarks and that come out.
Well, I'm not going to go 5000 series. I just don't have that money. But I just don't know if I want to go like 3000 series and risk it in my motherboard, and then if it doesn't work, have to wait until I get a new motherboard, or just play it safe and get a 2000
I
series.
mean, you can check
which
your
is
motherboard
cheap.
compatibility list. It's not like you're having like a fucking like.
I tried to, but it wasn't the easiest thing to do. At least
Well, we
my,
can help you with that. Don't worry.
My motherboard's. I looked on the website, and it doesn't really give you that much information. At least I don't know if they haven't updated it.
There will be a compatibility list available somewhere.
So,
If even if they haven't produced an official one, like I'm sure like WikiChip will have it.
but yeah, from my WikiChip, I'm checking that. But from my research, 3000 series cards do work in B350 slots. They don't get all the performance in some cases. Doesn't always happen, but in some cases it doesn't have all the performance.
Right.
But they still work.
If I remember right, it depends on the actual CPU as well, specifically.
Yeah, but it always gives you that leeway. Then if it does work, you can use it. And I'm literally people. I still can't really get over this fact. Is the reason I want to upgrade is literally just so I can use an extra 2 sticks of 8 gigs of RAM at 3200. Literally nothing else, because at the moment my CPU works perfectly fine for 99% of the games, 99% of the things I do. Literally just so I could use my birthday present is the only reason I want to upgrade.
Well, it's fair enough, honestly.
Yeah, I get it.
You've got the kit, so you may as well upgrade for
I
it.
do, yeah.
But I definitely think the more I've used computers and I've gone from having like a shitty laptop to like a shitty desktop CPU to like a medium desktop CPU to a decent desktop CPU, the problem you get is that you start to use your PC for more at once, right? Like I would never have had the amount of programs I have running like literally this second on my laptop. It just would have been insane. But now I can. And the problem now is that the CPU feels sluggish as shit because I'm running a bunch of shit on it constantly. And I need to upgrade, not for a literal principle need that I cannot fathomably do what I want to do, but it's irritating. Like taking Chrome opens longer than it should. Like sometimes like opening Steam takes longer than it should just because I have shit going on, and Intel's like, but your VPN was sending some traffic, I can't process Steam. Because Intel sucks.
I
That's how
just wanted
Intel
to
sounds,
say
by
this,
the
by the way. Looking at WikiChip, the 2000 series has a max of 64 gigs at 2933
Mm.
on their RAM. So that genuinely surprises me, to be completely honest. I thought they would have, because I've always been told Ryzen, just because of their architecture, it's always beneficial to use higher speed RAM. So that's why I never expected this limitation to come in with the current CPU I have. But, you know, looking into it, it does make sense.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Also, yeah, I can confirm that B350 does support Zen 2 architecture with BIOS update, so provided your manufacturer has provided a BIOS update to your board, you'll be able to use it.
I
No
would
issue.
assume. I'm on the most recent BIOS
I mean, we'll
update,
check,
so,
yeah.
But I'll be most likely doing this upgrade anyway when I get paid, so.
Mm.
What, Jaron?
John seems to be cracking up about something.
Update your motherboard BIOS.
Oh,
Oh,
Good
right.
idea.
well, okay. So
Sorry,
I'm
it's
curious.
a good idea if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And your PC hasn't been like thrown around in a
What
car
did you
multiple
do?
times.
It was something.
Oh dear.
I did it the other day. I bought, because I lost all my memory, I bought a new USB stick just
Go
to
on, John,
update
what,
my.
what happened
thing.
with you?
And it went perfectly fine.
Tell us how
God.
well your computer works.
Imagine having a motherboard you can't just update the BIOS by running an application on Windows.
Right.
Ugh.
I used to be able to do. I swear I did. But
Okay, so
You updated a
I,
BIOS to a version that can.
so I updated my BIOS, and if for some reason I like literally I'm not gonna say for some reason, because probably all BIOS does this, because I've never updated one before, but I updated my BIOS and it decided to remove all my bootable drives as like and it decided to like not recognize any of my bootable drives before. So I spent like the rest of the week fucking freaking out, thinking that I'd have to get a new Windows 10 boot disk or boot drive or whatever,
Pookie.
and I couldn't because everything's closed around here. Until Alfie told Phelan to tell me to check my my boot drive and check to make sure that I have like all of my like everything as it was before. I changed one setting, was able to sort of boot into Windows as I'm gonna add on to this part, as I was able to the first time, but after that it would only boot into the BIOS. So that's where I thought like the corruption came from. So then it was able to consistently do that, but it would still crash every time upon like booting up, which then failing then to tell me to try to boot into safe mode.
Yep.
I forgot my password.
yeah. I forgot about that part of the story.
Yup.
That went
I
on for
forgot.
quite a while as well, trying to.
I forgot my password, so then I just decided, fuck it, just restart my computer, and it just started working again, perfectly fine, and I've had no problems since.
Don't you, man? That's like, well, no. I'm not quite sure that's true. Joe. Sorry.
Okay.
So just to quote,
No
there have been
problems with my
problems
boot.
since.
No problems with my boot.
What other problems might there have been, Jowan?
My graphics card decided to kill itself.
Having.
Is that
can I
quite what happened?
can I just say something?
Because what the current suspicion is right now
I
is
think the
because
graphics card's fine.
no. Okay, so the current suspicion is that my graphics card is so heavy that it's bent and fucked my first
And also because
PCIe
your
slot.
Oh my
computer's been in
fucking
transit a
God.
few times.
Okay, no, but no. Okay, so
And
that-
I've
Why did you
I've-
transit with the fucking GPU in the slot, bro? Just take it out.
I didn't think about it before.
But then again, you do have a big GPU, and I've
It
heard
is.
a lot of issues with that GPU. To be completely honest, as well.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I
They're
have.
fine.
The XFS. So I'm not a big fan of them anyway.
Their older version had issues. The new one's fine. Stop it. I
Uh,
won't hear this. This is nonsense. This is slander at this point.
Mate,
what this one
as
is.
someone who has a gigabyte, same card, mine's doing perfectly fine.
Yeah, and it's also a complete. Oh my god.
And to be fair, my GPU is pretty goddamn large and pretty goddamn heavy by
Mm.
like 2000 series, or by like that before the 3000 series generation
yeah, my
standards.
2080 Ti is
And
pretty
it's fine. It doesn't have any sag because I have this thing called a reinforced PCIe slot. I know it's
Same,
crazy.
yeah.
Yes.
But-
Yes.
big. I don't
I
know
can-
if I do actually.
I
don't
should've-
like
I should've-
bring my
I should've gotten
computer
one.
over speed bumps.
My
now
one
you're
was like
running-
£70. My motherboard.
Am I right? You're now running it in an X8 slot that's only wired for X4. Is that right?
That's fine
That's-
for GPU,
no, no,
frankly, though.
I didn't think it would be,
I-
but
yeah,
it
no,
seems
no,
to be.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
thought
no.
X8 would be
yeah,
the
no.
needed one.
We tested it though, and the
Yeah.
and like the FPS was fine. Like
Yeah, it
throughout
was
all of
weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I've always
As-
under the
as far
impression
as
that
I'm
the
aware-
X8 was the...
GPUs barely touch like PCIe bandwidth, like, and haven't done for a very, very long time.
Mm.
Right, yeah.
Because pretty much all they transmit with the CPU is like the instructions they're given to do and the frames, which get sent off to like, you know, some places sometimes and shit. But
Hmm.
Like they barely like do any form of communication really.
Yeah,
It's like a
just remember
networking
the
card where you
X4
might, actually make use of like multiple gigabytes of connection if you've got like a 40 gig SFP plus or whatever, SPF, whichever one it is.
Fair.
One of them's sun cream.
Interesting bit of tech news on the subject though. You may be aware that like obviously SSDs are a big thing at the moment, right? Like NAND flash is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it has been for a while. And Samsung's been quite dominant back in the days of the SATA SSD market. But more recently with the M.2 expansion and that, we've seen other brand names like Corsair come in, SK Hynix and that. And it has just been confirmed, like this tweet came out 11 hours ago and I've just finally caught up and saw it. The SK Hynix is officially confirming its purchase of Intel's NAND fab and SSD business.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
It's paying 208 trillion won, so 9 billion USD, to basically just get their SSD chunk and just own it.
Isn't that their Octane? Part of Octane
Yeah, like
as well.
that, I presume Octane's under that.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
No, definitely. Like the Octane is like AMD have their own, not the best, but AMD have their own version of Octane. But Octane is actually pretty decent. If it wasn't for the fact that it was linked or tied to Intel so fucking much, I think if it was more of a standardized.
Intel
like,
do
sort
try
of-
and ruin. They do ruin a lot of stuff by
Yeah.
touching it. It does suck.
Same with Nvidia sometimes, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, Octane is like if it was like a standardized sort of memory, like in the somewhat future, then I think that's like sort of, that's like the next step in sort of memory speed at least. I only have one SSD, I don't have. I need more SSDs. It's just money. That's it.
I wouldn't say you need them.
I want them.
No, yeah, you seem to be doing
There are benefits to them, but I would definitely say like, is the financial investment worth it for the benefit of like loading screens in that game versus like the benefit of getting your boot drive on an SSD? Like that, I totally understand.
I'm more except for the like RTX IO / I guess like
Direct
Xbox
storage.
Resume stuff.
I still have an unused NVMe drive.
God.
Why?
I don't know. I like. I don't know. I should use it. It's just
Yeah.
been getting around to using it.
Okay, sorry, hang on. We need to dive into this. Are you
This
planning
is-
to use it as a boot drive?
Yes.
Okay, so is it not wanting to reinstall Windows that's your issue?
Yeah.
Okay, well, download a program called CloneZilla onto a USB stick,
Yes.
do a
Yes.
bit
Yes.
for bit
Yes.
clone,
Yes. 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 I've
and then
downloaded
have a whole bunch
Clonezilla.
of driver issues, but that's a different problem.
Yeah. Yes. I've downloaded Clonezilla. It's just getting around to using it.
Fuck's sake.
How long have you had that drive for?
Let's see when I've ordered it.
Oh my god. You know it's gonna be bad when you can't recall.
Hey, how much you want it? I'll take it off your hands.
It's already in my computer. You can have it. And plus it's
Still
Wales.
take it out.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's installed. I just haven't used it.
Oh my god.
Fucking beautiful.
This gets better and better.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, he's covering his face.
19th of June.
1950.
Oh,
Oh my god.
That is.
so by the time you actually get around to it, it will probably have been in there about a half a year, right? If not more.
Basically.
God.
That is beautiful.
That's
I'm
actually
not gonna lie.
impressive.
Ciao.
I'll
Yeah.
get around to it tonight, I swear.
There's definitely some games that benefit like more heavily from SSDs than others, and I think people put too much weight on like every game benefiting from SSDs. There are games that I have like minimal loading screens in them, like that you put on hard drive, and sure, like the initial loading is going to take like maybe like 20 seconds longer, but from that point there's zero difference. And then there's games like heavily modded Skyrim, where a loading screen can unironically take like 10 minutes on a hard drive and take like a minute on an SSD, and like that's a very reasonable difference to justify. Which isn't at all why I have a Skyrim drive, like dedicated to it. It's taken me like 15 minutes on loading screens, okay?
The thing is, I have these weird, like, I'm being. So, what was it? How do I start this
Yep.
story? I was watching a lot of. There's a guy called Mitten Squad, and he does a lot of. How, like, can you complete Fallout this way, like, without dying, without using this gun, without doing that? and that's
Right,
why I
sure.
got into Fallout quite
There's
a
a few
bit.
of those.
That's why I started. That's why I'm starting to stream it more. But I've been watching Linus Tech Tips recently a lot, and now I'm just really in the mood to build PCs. And it's just one of those hobbies that costs a fucking fortune.
Yeah,
It's one
Well,
of
That's
those
not
unfortunately, it's one of the ones you can
particularly cheap.
generally make money out of.
you can or can't. Did you say?
Can.
Can. Okay. I was
I mean,
tempted to, but I'm not
I would
business
say
minded
that
in the slightest.
I'd say that you can,
Hmm.
but it's not necessarily like easy to do. Like
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I feel like you can do like small time money, like maybe for like family and friends. If you've got a family member that wants a PC but doesn't know about anything about them, you could say, well, I'll build up and get you like a setup sorted and charge me like, give me like 50 quid for labor or whatever, and do that or something. I don't know why you'd only earn 50 quid from that, but you know, I'm just doing arbitrary numbers. But like to do it as a business is kind of not easy depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although speaking of that, keep your eyes open, Charles, because that may become a thing at some point.
Wait, what?
PC building for a business.
Yeah, Gucci. I know genuinely.
Mirrors.
Like I was like, I've heard one of
Damn.
one
Me and Jones see how it is.
one of the friends we know. He did
You
it
can work
with
there
his
too.
dad,
Oh,
and I was
excellent.
jealous because I love that idea.
You'd probably quite enjoy it. It's likely to be owned and operated as a cooperative with equivalent wages across the board, because imagine not being capitalist.
Boy, that's me. If I had a business, I'd pay everybody the same amount.
I mean,
That's,
the
you know,
more
that's
just
the
like
funny
having
story.
people be able to vote on stuff is even more important, frankly.
Funny story about that. I was talking to my sister about work, and I was like, oh, I wonder how much our boss gets paid, because she obviously owns the business. And I was like, oh no, I didn't even say that. I was just talking about it, and I was like, oh, I wonder how much money like she gets out of this. And Jazz was like, oh yeah, do you know how much she gets paid? I'm like, she gets paid, because I didn't think, because she's now a business, she has to pay herself technically, like give herself a
I
wage.
mean, you don't.
Okay, I don't know how it works.
It
I'm not
depends. It
business-minded.
depends how. Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I didn't.
It depends if you own the business in that you're an employee of the business, you're the director, or if you just hold all the shares.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I was like, I didn't expect her to get paid. And I was like, oh, I wonder how much she gets paid. And Jess was like, well, she could technically give herself however much she wants. I was like, can she?
Yeah, principally.
But like that was just how I think. I'm just like, I just think fairly. I'm a twat like that. What was that? Was it you shutting the fucking window?
Yeah, it was, yeah, it was.
Just for context to everyone on the podcast, Jaron just very carefully and very slowly moved a shutter across his window, and then the last second the latch just made a loud click.
Pain.
But yeah, I don't know. The main idea for me is more just like, if I'm running a business, I want everyone to be invested in it, and I feel like having them able to vote on business decisions and such is just a better way of doing that than normal structures, especially for a small business.
Yeah, no, genuinely, I love. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I haven't found a job I've enjoyed recently. Like this, like genuinely, this is the only thing I say. The closest I've found a job that I've enjoyed is streaming, and that's the closest I've ever come to a job I love. So something like that would also be there, because I'm a person who I've done DT quite a lot in my life. I love building shit. Doesn't always go well. Razer. Do I have any of my stuff done? I don't. I remember I remember the perfume bottle I made, which was just my initials, creative minded, but that was fun. I love this is like, okay, you know how you always forget one thing in your life, like when you're doing something and you forget that tiny little thing, you're like, did I forget that? When we did our fucking perfume bottles, I made it to the end, got it perfectly, like all rounded, nicely sanded, and it looked really nice. And it wasn't until about 2 years later I was looking at it on my shelf and went, I forgot the perfume cap. It
Nice.
didn't have any spray cap on it. It was just a
Nice.
fucking bottle.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I don't know how I managed that. Oh, like.
I like the fact it took so long to realise.
To be
as
fair,
well.
that's now that I think about it, Alfie, did we have input ports on our speakers?
Input? They weren't ports, it was a cable.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we did that or not.
It was just a 3.5mm jack, yeah.
I remember DT, like those
I wish we did.
Oh, I remember
computer
DT.
things we made that we never got.
Oh, we had the most.
We got fucking scammed by that guy. I'm telling you.
No,
he
yeah,
sucked.
you got scammed. Me and Alfie got scammed when we had DT. our school was going through a bad time where it was getting switched between different companies. But
Yeah.
we had different
Bad
teachers
time.
come in.
We're now owned by Tesco.
Yeah, we had different teachers come in, and the
It's better under ray trace, trust me.
yeah, and the like sub teacher we had that was like happening during those sort of like switching periods didn't know what we had to do, so she just made us do basic woodworking, like making the picture frames and painting all that.
Right.
And then when our actual teacher came in, they were like, right, we're doing electrics.
Oh, sick.
Actually, if
I
I'm
mean,
not wrong,
You did DC, didn't you, Phelan?
no, not
No.
for GCSE.
Did you
Not
not?
for GCSE.
There was only four of
Yeah.
us in GCSE.
Yeah, but of course, there wasn't enough interest
Yeah,
in
DT
IT,
crew.
which had more people.
Oh, yeah, no, fair
Oh
enough,
my
fair
god,
enough,
we've
fair
got
enough, fair
so
enough.
many stories
Let's
from
ignore that,
DT.
Phelan.
Like, okay, so we've spoken about the battery one
One
before.
cool.
To be fair, looking back, I'm glad I didn't do an IT GCSE.
No,
Really?
yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm glad
because
I
an IT GCSE is Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. It's that sort of stuff. If it was a computing GCSE,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded so much.
We did that anyway, didn't
But
we?
I could have just breezed through.
Kinda, yeah.
But
You know
I
what
mean,
we
I
also
wouldn't
did
have
in
had to
secondary
have done-
school?
I probably would have dropped history. The teacher was lovely, but my scores just, compared to geography, didn't stand up. As
Dude,
well.
No, yeah. I
I
regret
can't remember
taking
what the fuck I
history.
did. I can't remember what the fuck I did.
Do you know?
Like the problem I had is that I enjoy history. The teacher was like I don't have like
Yeah.
bad memories of the lessons or anything. Like none of that. I like history as a subject. It's just that I have poor handwriting, right?
Oh,
And I
Yeah.
very, very noticeably noticed from mock slash stuff we did in lessons a downtick in my grades at GCSE, which I'm almost 100% sure comes from them just not being able to read my handwriting. And I also just feel like geography's kind of just the better degree
It
to
is.
have. Like it's a more transferable skill.
Oh no! So this is the one thing with history, especially in GCSE.
Unless you're going into like English.
The thing with
None of them
GCSE
are
history
transferable skills at this
Well,
point.
no.
is history is literally just
doing me well.
history is literally just remember what happened and then try and write it word for word.
I mean,
Okay,
kind
yeah,
of.
sure.
Also,
Suppose
no,
that's-
the
I
thing
feel
is,
like there
I
was a lot
failed
more
my.
like
I feel
trying
like
to.
maths is just remembering what each number adds up to and then writing it down.
I vaguely. Oh, I got an E in history, so I more or less failed it.
You got an E in
More or
history?
less.
I got an E in
You got an
history.
E?
Yeah, I got an E in history, but
God.
that's because our history teacher kept bringing in this teddy called Zippy, which is an old TV puppet, and we would just hide him around the classroom. And all I remember
Is that the single event
Yeah.
you were accrediting to you
I am
failing your
so
GCSE
fucking-
no,
in
because
I'm
we
history?
used to
so
hide it all
fucking
the time,
bad
and
at
it was
history.
always on me because she was a fairly short teacher, and I was the tallest one in the year. So everybody was like, just hide it somewhere, and I remember hiding
him
it in the
over the
lights.
light
Yeah,
at one
Yeah.
put it in the light.
That took some effort.
It was fucking beautiful.
Good.
I do think one thing that annoyed me a lot about history, although I would say that we had it better than some people in that we covered the Vietnam War, but I feel like a lot of history focuses so much on World War One and World War Two, and I absolutely don't want to pretend that they're not important. Like they're very important to learn about, especially the Second World War. But like I don't know, there's also like so many more useful things that have occurred around the world that you
Right.
can learn about.
I
Especially in Asia.
need to say, goddamn Alfie. All right,
Yeah, damn right.
Alfie was a thorn in my side during every parent-teacher meeting. I don't know why that came out so weird.
Oh,
Wait, what? I
I'm
don't
don't
know.
even get me started.
Every time, I think it was Alfie. Every time it was that I was and to be fair, no, I wasn't exactly the coolest, quietest kid in class, but still, every time it was I was a distraction to or that Alfie was a distraction to me, or vice
Yeah.
versa somehow.
Right, carry on. I need to get my dinner.
Ridiculous. Thanks, Charles. It was just so awful. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's great," but
Yep. I mean, I remember explicitly being sat down. This wasn't even in a
in college
parent-teacher
as well,
thing.
it was the same.
Like this had happened like multiple times, but this wasn't even like a parent-teacher thing, and it had happened to me around those. But I was sat down and told explicitly, "You need to stop speaking to Phelan," and this was in
Yeah.
Latin by a Latin teacher, and I was like,
I was told that I
right.
was,
and he was
or-
like, "You distract him." And you're gonna make him fail his Latin GCSE, and
I
then
was told that I
Phelan
was
gets a
holding you
fucking better
back.
score than me.
and then I beat you. I beat you in it.
Like, it's
I got
like,
a
come
higher
on,
grade
bro.
in
Like,
some things,
what,
yeah.
what fucking world are these people living in?
And then they changed our Latin GCSE to the higher paper after teaching us the foundation stuff.
Yep.
Oh man, I still almost passed.
I mean, the worst part about that is that we were told we were going to be doing foundation. Then, like, the mock was higher or something. I don't remember exactly, but I think the mock was higher. We were like, bro, the mock was higher. We're meant to be doing foundation. They were like, oh, yeah, we just got the wrong mock. It was fine. And then the fucking final paper was higher.
Yeah.
And
I
it was like,
remember
fuck you.
specifically asking to do a higher paper. It was either in one of the classes or during the mocks. And it didn't go well. And they should have seen from that, like, I mean, that's just one kid. But it's like, yeah, this clearly isn't something that they should be doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
like how we're 41 minutes in and I've only done one subject of tech.
Oh, there was this certain person who always seemed to be sitting next to me who had a cold. Why did it have to be goddamn exam week? No, I can
I know, right?
oh, man. Jesus.
And then you know the whole, I don't know how other
people's
schools
stringent
did their exams and shit, because like in larger schools you had like larger halls because we weren't a particularly large group, to be clear here.
Absolutely. No, that was
But
good.
we had like set seats, right? Like basically it was kind of like, I can't remember if it was said or it was like pseudo said, but I'm pretty sure it was actually said, like just sit in the same seat, like from the first time you go in there. And that worked all but like 2 exams where someone sat in my seat and I'm sat here like, bro, we're walking to exam, I've got to be in complete silence, you're on my fucking seat, like how's this communication gonna work, right? Like you fuck off, that's my seat. And like, oh god, GCSEs are the stupidest fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
complete
absolutely, I agree.
waste of people's
I can't
time,
remember
honestly.
what subjects Jowan did now. I can't remember him being in any of my classes, which is.
Yeah, I don't remember
Must
jamming
have
any of my
been.
classes.
What did I do?
I know you did art.
must-
I did
yeah.
art and French. Art, French.
What else did you?
I can't even conceptualize that I was a French GCSE. You know what I
I
mean?
just-
Like, I know
What
there
the
was,
fuck
but
else
like, it doesn't feel like it.
I can't remember what I did. I did art, French. What else would there be?
You were forced to do RE, I think, because we
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
forced
yeah.
into
Well, we did
different.
religion and philosophy, actually. Thank you very much.
Okay. But what else was that? I can remember. I can
Geography,
remember French.
history, you'd have probably done one of.
No, I did geography.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't remember
French
the-
art and geography.
Trying because I sat next to
No,
I sat next to the big J, and that was
I
awesome.
wouldn't- I remember now because the old teacher in geography thought I'd do really good in geography and then I have a future career in geography.
Ah, well,
How'd that turn out?
I'm doing science.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a weird event. That whole schooling experience was just something.
college was again just another set of experiences.
I mean, I liked college a lot.
I
Like-
really liked it.
I liked it more than
Wait,
school.
Yeah.
honestly though, is anyone going to make it in? Because Charles is not here.
Oh yeah, it's making it in.
Yeah. It's
Okay, fair
absolutely making it in.
Trust
He's just
me.
gonna have to talk about his stories when he gets back.
And
like-
voiceover.
I feel like college. The shame for me from college was kind of the social pressure that we in my group were put under. I can't speak personally for other groups in IT, although I'm sure it would have been similar. But the social pressure we were put under, that university is like the only path forward to a career, and
Yep.
that you have to go to university, and that when
I
quite
absolutely
frankly I
regret
would have
going to
much
university.
rather have gone into an apprenticeship. There were apprenticeships on offer at the time. There are many paths that I would have rather taken than what I ended up taking because of the pressure I felt from not just my lecturers and my tutor, but just like the general culture of the whole department was like, you got to go to university.
On top of the pressure that we received, I was just straight up lied to about what would be included on my course.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, like I can't
there
speak for
wasn't-
you.
Once, like we were promised things like we'd be built, and also I didn't expect it to be in class, but there was the suggestion there'd be opportunities to build robots, to build and race drones with other schools and colleges. Nothing ever happened. At one point, we heard someone had bid too much on the robot. The uni went, oh well, and I think we won it. We never interacted with it, never saw the bloody thing. Honestly, goddamn.
Yeah.
Lied to, and the prey was awful.
Like, I did a course at one university and dropped out of that, and then did a course at the same university Phelan went to, but a year behind him because I'd been delayed.
Yeah.
And To be fair, I probably shouldn't have taken that course in the first place. It was kind of I'm panicking, what's going to happen in my life? Oh, that's an option, quick, do it,
yeah.
event. But good God, that course is an absolute crap piece of shit. There is zero content on that course university level. The entire first year was covered in my second year of college, right?
Right.
And more than that, shit that was in the second year was covered in the first few months that I spent at my previous university. How that course can justify itself as a university degree education is beyond me. There was not a single element in the syllabus that I could see that looked challenging, looked like information I hadn't learned or didn't already know,
Yeah.
or looked, frankly, just interesting,
Level
right?
appropriate.
God, just
Like-
fucking try the university right now during lockdown. It's so fucking hard just to try and learn anything right
Yeah,
now.
I can imagine.
Imagine moving away for uni.
It's so hard just to just try and do anything.
I mean, it's an absolute hell. Like university is a fucking disaster right now, especially with like the whole
is an
you're not allowed
absolute
to leave your
disaster.
housing because you have to stay here, and the chaos that's
And li-
going on.
And I'm literally paying 9,000 just for online teaching.
Yep,
Jeez.
totally deserved, by the way.
True.
But like, there was that other fucking university that, like I say, weren't letting people in or out of their halls at all. Like they weren't even letting them go shopping. Like most
Yeah,
are.
exactly. I'm thankful I'm being let out of my halls. Even with like the local Welsh lockdown that's coming on Friday, we're still going to class. So I'm assuming, hopefully, that we're still going to be allowed to out and like go shopping and shit.
Yeah, you should be. Like there was that one that I think I've mentioned. I can't remember if I mentioned on the podcast before. There was one that was charging students in their own halls money for food while not letting them go and get food themselves. So it's like,
That's
okay,
really-
you've got to stay inside. You're not allowed to go to the shops. And by the way, it's £14 for a day for a meal. And it's like, what?
God, it wasn't even good
Like,
from what I remember.
How do you charge
Real
14
quick.
quid a day? Like what? Like you talk like fucking universities talk all the time about how students need to be better at budgeting, right? You need to stop going to parties and spending so much money on alcohol and all this shit. And you can have that opinion, whatever. But like, how can a university rant on about students needing to budget and then charge them 14 quid for a fucking day for food? Like, what the fuck are you feeding them? Like truffles and fucking Sicilian ham? Like, come on. It's just absurd. And they were forced into it, so, you know, it's like literally starve or pay us money that you can't afford to pay us. Like, thanks. University's great in this country. It's flawless.
God, yeah.
I think another big thing for me as well is so much was ruined by like the culture of university for me. Like, Jawan has the luxury now of living in a studio, right? So he's on his own.
Yeah.
He's got his own space, his own private space, which is what I wanted to do when I went to Lancs. But that wasn't possible because I just didn't get... In Lancs as a campus university, they run all the halls on site. There wasn't studios in town by the few third parties that ran them, and I didn't get into the studios on campus for whatever reason.
If you didn't carry on this podcast without me, I'm not upset.
Okay.
Oh, Charles is back. Okay, we can carry on. Hang on.
He's
Yeah.
putting his
Gotta wait
headphones
for his
on.
earphones.
Yeah.
We've been on this whole thing waiting for him to come back. Oh
my
he's putting
God.
behind his back, putting behind his back, putting behind his back. What the fuck are you doing? What the
You're
fuck?
not
What the
exactly a
fuck?
speed
What the
round.
fuck?
Welcome.
What
We have
the
been,
fuck
we
is
have
back?
been
Can we
continuing the
carry on?
podcast.
Can we
You
carry
better
on?
not have paused.
Yeah, we have
We have,
actually.
we continued.
Yeah, no, we continued.
So continue from where I was, and that meant that I was put into this situation that like I wasn't like wholeheartedly against, right? I wasn't like not. I wasn't gonna refuse or like drop out immediately because I had to live with other people, but I didn't want to live with other people. I don't like people. May have learned that about me if you've listened to me on this podcast. I fucking hate people. Right? They're shit.
That's why he's on this podcast.
They're actually just fucking meatbags of hatred and shitness. I just fucking hate people. So I didn't get on particularly well in my like cool flat. Like, and nothing against any of the individual people, right? Like, they're just individual people. They were all nice enough, right? There was some pretty chill people in there. But I just don't like living with people. I don't like
fact-
people leaving mess
I
in the
don't-
kitchen. I don't like
the
people
fact-
making noise. It's just fucking annoying,
The
right?
best thing you could say about them was that they were individual people.
But okay, what I
I-
mean is like no one was like a particular asshole. Like there wasn't someone
No.
that like pissed on the fucking carpet every week or something. Like
That's
I've
people
do
had
that.
stories.
That is
Like
me.
I know people personally that have been to
John's got his bed changed 12
university
times.
who have had to clean up someone else's feces and vomit after nights out and shit. And like
Me.
like you know it's bad. So like there was nothing like that, but I just don't want to live with people. I want like the ability to cook in private and listen to a podcast, not be disturbed. You know, I don't want to have to fucking deal with people constantly getting in my way and asking me questions and just being annoying. Like fuck off.
Yeah, last year when I was living with people, I couldn't cook in front of them at all.
Yeah, I can.
So I spent most of the day like just in my room by myself, just kind of like scared to just go out into the kitchen and just cook anything. So most days I wouldn't go out. Like I spend the whole day hungry, scared to just go out, and then like at like midnight I would go out and cook like pasta just for myself, just something quick so I can get something to eat.
Yeah, my strategy was similar to that. The problem was, obviously, I'm trying to do this awkwardly, like naming names. Not that anyone's gonna know by like a first name, but people were active in the kitchen in the morning, right? In the afternoon and the evening, like the bits in between were normally like people would be out for lectures or something. Maybe there'd be like 1 or 2 people there, and then they'd be active in the kitchen again until about like 10 p.m. where maybe they'd go out or they'd go back to their rooms, and then they'd be active in the kitchen from like midnight to like 4 a.m. So the only time that I could go into the kitchen and almost guarantee, obviously not certain, that someone would be there would be about 5 to 5:30 before people would get up for the morning, because some people got up pretty early for breakfast for some reason. So that I just didn't go in the kitchen, right? So at first I saw people, I would like walk in the halls and I wouldn't really speak to them. Like we would chill. I'd been like, yo, I have social anxiety, just like, don't worry about it, I'm fine. And they would just like wave at me or smile and we'd walk on past, like fine. But I got bad enough in that environment that I just couldn't see people. So to leave my room would normally take about 20 minutes of me listening to the door, listening to movements of everyone around, see that people have gone in. Then I would run straight out the house. I would go straight down. I'd walk down to Spar. I'd pick up whatever was left in the discount hot food from Spar, which was normally like a fucking baked bean pastry, and I'd fucking get that for like 30p because it was like at the end of the day at like midnight. I'd come home and I literally ate like one of those every single day for about 3 months and didn't see a single person because I never left if there was anyone out there.
Jesus.
I didn't leave during fire drills, just nothing. Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, the fire drill was
The fire drill was unexpected.
Yeah, and
The problem with the fire drill was there was at fucking 2 p.m. on a Monday, and that's when I would sleep, because I would be asleep, because I stopped attending my fucking lectures in person, because there are people that I knew on the lectures that I didn't want to see because social anxiety, and all of our lectures were available online, so I didn't really need to, so it was like, whatever.
Alright, yeah.
I wouldn't see like anyone outside of my room like normally just going to cook, but I would see some people when I go out. So it was kind of awkward. But on one of my last days that's being there, I like because some of the girls would always like just stand outside of the room and have a chat.
Yeah.
Gross.
Like I would hear them sometimes, and literally one of their conversations was like, "Have you seen Zhao in a while?" And then the reply was like, "No, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen how Simon in room was. It's pretty weird. He doesn't really come out of his room much."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's
Fair
awkward
conversation,
because,
in a way.
like, when people have conversations like that, I had this response of like, I don't want them to like think I'm dead, or something, right? Or like contact like fucking site security and think that I've possibly like hanged myself in my room or something, not to make it morbid. But I also like don't want to like go out and be like, yeah, I'm fine, and then shut the door, because that's just even more like anxiety and awkwardness. So like there are multiple times when I'd heard people speaking about me, or they knocked on my door, normally waking me up because I'd be asleep until like 6 p.m. because, you know, having a life, and they like knock on my door and be like, Alfie, and I just ignore them because I just couldn't. It was just physically impossible for me to respond. Like I can't describe it any other way than like complete nervous lockup. I couldn't even muster words if I wanted to. Like it's just impossible. And yeah, that's horrible.
I'm surprised.
University was a terrible experience.
Genuinely surprised. The genius you are, like coding genius you are, you just didn't come up with something where you had.
I'm glad you clarified it back. You scaled it back from genius.
Don't flip my ego too much.
Knowing the coding genius you are, I'm surprised you didn't come up with something where if it detects a knock, it just goes fuck off.
No, because that would have been like showing presence, and that's terrifying. Like I didn't leave my room. Like if I was to give like a percentage chance, this is obviously an estimate, but I was to give a percentage of like how much time I spent in my room not just inside, but in my room in like the last 3 months of my time at university there, was outside, it would easily be like 98% of my time. I left my room for probably about 20 minutes a day at maximum. And that was if I hadn't purchased like an extra slice at Spa to like save for 2 days so I didn't have to go out tomorrow because that's scary.
Oh.
Yeah, university sucked. And like, what annoyed me most about that,
university sucks.
to be entirely honest, is not that I've got anything against like people that want to go and drink and have fun and like have a lot of sex and whatever. Like, you do you, whatever.
This is aimed at you, Joe.
Yeah.
Listen up.
It's literally not.
I don't have sex.
Like, I it's not something I'm that personally interested in, right? Like, it's not really my thing. But also, it's just I don't know about how you guys would say, but because of maybe the culture at college, for me, university was like exciting from a learning perspective, right? I think a lot of the time you spend as a kid kind of like, oh, I have to like do all this learning and I have to go to like school and do GCSEs. It's kind of like shitty because you're kind of forced into subjects that you are interested in but not like passionate about, right? University was like, I'm actually passionate about this. I want to learn a shit ton of stuff about this. I really enjoy the subject and I want to do it. I want to pursue it and I want to have a job here. This is great. And I feel like the culture of like how I was living and like all of that and like freshers just kind of was so focused on the social aspect of drinking and meeting people and living in a flat and all of that was so against what I was actually interested in, wanted from university, that it kind of ruined it for me. Because the facilities and education at Lancs were the best I've had anywhere, by a mile, right? They were fucking great. The PC suites were stellar, like the computing club was stellar. I had employment opportunities to work with the university and was going to do so, apart from the fact that when my interview came, I was in my depressed state. I didn't go to the interview. I was shortlisted of 3 people and they were hiring for free, but you know, fuck that. Like, it was great. Like, everything was really positive apart from the living environment. If I had been living in a studio flat, I would probably still be at university to that say, and I probably would be enjoying it. But I just couldn't cope with it. Like, it just doesn't work for me.
I really fucked my first year because initially I had my studio flat booked, but at the last minute I thought maybe I could try and interact with people, and then just try to get like that initial like interaction available, see if I might like it, and I just fucking hated it.
Yeah.
It was so
Like,
in the second year, like I just hard booked the studio flat this time.
My
Yeah, I don't blame you.
my experience with uni is unfathomable. I love it, genuinely love
Yeah.
it. I didn't
Really?
start and I haven't finished.
Yeah.
How about
So-
your college experience?
That was
To be
great
fair, like,
fun.
Lancs had, so the way Lancs worked, right, is it was a campus university, so it's all on site. It's not like universities in like the centre of towns or cities where they have like different buildings slotted around. Sometimes there's like a cluster near each other or whatever, and then like
Oh, yeah.
halls owned sometimes by the university but normally by like student housing company and other things all around the city. It's all in one big just area of land. It's all on site. All of the halls are owned by Lancaster University. Everything is owned. It's
Where I am is
really
on
nice.
site. Where I am is on site. Everything is owned by university as well. Even the studio flats are owned by university.
Yeah, I prefer that. I think it's nicer, personally, from what I've heard of other people and when I visited friends at like standard like city universities, whatever they're officially called. But basically, like to make a sense of sort of competition and such, all of the groups of halls were given a college, right? So there was different colleges, and basically they all had like their own sports team and their own bar, because we had our own bars and shit on campus. And like it was like just of like a sense of like ownership. You belong to this college and they versus this college. It's just like a silly sort of thing. And each one of those colleges had like a manager. And we were in contact with that manager for a long time about how like yo I'd really like to be in a studio flat, like because I'd booked it as my first priority when I did the housing. I just didn't get it. And they were like, yeah, sorry, like there just aren't any available. We were like, yeah, well, like just an FYI, like don't expect me to go well in halls because it's just not going to go well. And they basically came back with this like, oh, but you'll be fine. Like everyone's nervous when they first start. Like don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll settle in once you've got there. And we were like, no, like it's not like I'm nervous when I'm first starting. It's going to be a bigger problem. And yeah, they basically just ignored me, and then it became a problem. I need to be RB.
Wow. Okay, so
I think
obviously
you'll be
that
as well.
person he's talking about has just come to the door. to let him know how much of a dick. Oh my god, Jan's gone as well.
Yeah, he did say.
I know.
Honestly, you
My-
guys are all awful.
Okay, so
I'm scared I'm going to get called for dinner.
If we're
now.
talking about experience, college is the only one I can really talk about recently. That was
Mhm.
great. I did a year of IT, and then decided
Yeah.
to follow a girl into photography. At which point she left. So I was stuck in.
If that's the girl I think it is, then you dodged a bullet.
So I joined them. I joined them for media. They convinced me to join media.
Right.
And to be
yeah.
completely honest, I wasn't enjoying IT. Like there was 2 parts of it that I actually somewhat liked, but I didn't actually want to do anything.
Estevan, Joe, they're calling you a simp.
But he's gone.
Which is- yeah,
Dickhead.
and he's still able to call you a
Yeah,
simp.
but
What does that do?
But I genuinely just didn't enjoy IT. Like I enjoyed the game design and the actual like physical making PC parts, like taking a PC apart. and that.
Right.
But apart from that,
Shut the fuck
it
up.
wasn't anything else I enjoyed. So in media, definitely, I much more enjoyed media for 2 years, 100%. Though I did follow someone into it, and they ended up leaving for photography, so that was fun. But yeah, no, I liked college. I really did enjoy college for the last 2 years. The first year was fun, definitely with you guys. It just wasn't the course I was hoping for. Or at least it wasn't something I was enjoying. So, yeah, that was fun. The teachers were lovely, though, honestly. Oh my god, I haven't told you about this. Harvey, my good friend, his youngest brother has recently started college, and he's doing the same media course as I am. And I was informed the other day that his teacher, decided to show mine and my friend's version of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here to their class.
Oh
Now,
my god.
It wasn't the fact they showed it to their class, because she has no idea that that guy knows me. So I'm now wide. Has she been showing it to every year after I've left? Or like after we did it?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, man, that's the gold standard.
Oh, I don't like that though, because you've seen my I'm a Celebrity.
Oh, I've
Get Me Out
seen
of
it.
Here.
It is stunning.
I've seen the acting for a media group. The acting was
It was wooden.
beyond abysmal.
It was fucking terrible.
Oh,
It was so
fucking
awful.
beautiful.
It was terrible. It was a
It
beautiful.
was
Nothing
definitely
about it was
more
beautiful.
of a visual media group,
It's
wasn't it? Who
more-
were
it's-
interested in the editing.
Yeah, no,
It's media studies, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more curious of the context of showing it. Did she show it because it was a good thing, or to not? This is what you shouldn't do, sort of thing. Like, I want to know why they showed it, not the fact they showed it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because it could be, oh, this is the worst piece of work we've had. Don't do this, or it could have been. Because there was when we did that, there was another group that did it, but did a really, really bad version. Like, you thought that was bad, their version was worse. And so I wonder if she showed those two and went, oh well, this is what you could do if you had 5 minutes. This is what you could do if you actually prepared. Because trust me, if you think that's bad, the others were horrific. My God. But yeah, I was just like,
There'd be something to beat.
it was. I just was like, why is she showing that to people? Am I going to be in that college forever now, remembered by that really,
I mean, obviously not.
really
There's
bad
gonna be a
acting?
plaque on the wall.
Yeah, but I have my,
Worst actor.
I have my long hair, so it's like my worst case scenario. My wooden spoon acting, just like fucking hated it.
I mean,
That's rude
I'm
to a
not sure how
wooden
much
spoon.
I'm remembering it, but I feel like your acting was towards the better end of everyone in that piece of media.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so there's the best.
It wasn't good.
actor.
Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't good. But as a
I'd
comparison
agree
of the individuals
100%.
within the piece of video, like, I feel like you were not the worst by a long way.
Okay, fair enough.
Compared to another certain large lad who was.
Yeah.
He wasn't in that. He just he was in our group.
Was he not?
No, he just right up just didn't join us. He was meant to be. He was meant to be who I played, but he just never showed up. So I had to take that role.
The things that I saw though that he did and like the
Oh my
projects
God.
that he was in, he was.
I want to show that our Home
I'm not
Alone
sure That boy
trailer.
had much talent, but
No, he didn't. He didn't. He was in media for 3 years. He
right,
failed
yeah.
his first year, so he had to do it again. but
Gosh.
like actually a good percentage of that class. That now that I think about it, that isn't a good fit. A good percentage of that class had to redo either maths or English GCSEs. I think it was like a good
Yeah.
like maybe close to
A lot of
40,
people do.
40 to 60% of that class
Yeah.
had to redo maths and English.
Oh my.
But I
mean,
think
to be
some
fair-
in my class,
Some people just individually just don't get on with like how an English GCSE is structured or written.
they are bad.
Mm.
No. It's they're not bad. They're just bad with the test.
I got lucky on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know a friend, they're not really a friend anymore, but a ex-friend that I know still have information about through family connections and that is same age as me and has been redoing his English GCSE every single year since he finished school
Oh Christ.
because he just has like dyslexia in a way that he just can't do it. It's just
friend-
not going to happen.
A friend who's older than me has dyspraxia, and he just gave up with maths as soon as he was allowed to.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think the big lad we were talking about, I don't think he actually completed his maths.
Yeah,
Right.
So I think he just.
I don't think it's that relevant.
No.
It's not
Frankly.
relevant.
If
I
you
mean,
know
it's not as relevant as people make it out to be.
No.
To be quite
As
frank,
the teachers will.
to be
make it
quite
out
frank
be.
right now, if you were to give me a GCSE right now, like a higher level mathematics GCSE, I think I would scrape a C on it. If you gave me like a couple
Probably
days
so.
just to very quickly like jog my memory on some of the equations and such, I think I'd probably get like a B or an A.
Can I just?
But
Oh,
besides, like I would not like do
Damn.
well
I've-
just instinctually. Because why would I remember that shit?
I've just
It's just not
realised.
useful.
I've just realised. Not everybody's gonna be able to see this, but me and Jan are wearing the same branded shirt, and I've only just realised that.
Oh wait, no, we're not. Pull up.
Pull
That's
up,
not the same
yeah,
kind of
we
shirt.
can talk about it.
So what?
Oh, we are. Fuck off.
I think most people are like, oh, we're wearing the same top, or it's got the same colour or the same pattern. No, the same brand is the level we've sunk to.
Bro, are you both wearing cotton shirts? That's not acceptable.
Hang on, let me find out where mine's from. Hang on. Oh,
Oh,
it's
same
going for the
brand.
label
It's
in
the
the
same
waist.
brand. It's the same brand.
Oh Christ.
It says original.
Oh wow.
Salt Rock.
But
Nice.
the thing is, I don't actually
It's a
remember
small.
too much interesting stuff in our first year. Like I have the memorable stuff of like a certain lad I'm not going to name saying that he had more RAM in his PC because it got him.
64 gigabytes.
Wasn't it? I thought it was 256
I thought it was 64.
because I
I thought it was
remember
128.
because he had two.
Oh,
he,
no.
No, because
Seriously?
okay, for
Yeah.
context, he,
I remember it being 3 digits. That's the
Yeah.
specific thing I remember
his
about it. So
context was his. I think I could be wrong. Do correct me, but if I'm not wrong, we're talking about it, and he said that his grandma passed away, and he got a lot
yeah,
of
he
money for
inherited from
inheritance.
his grandma.
So he built 2 PCs and then put the rest of the money away. One of which had either 128 or 256.
or 64.
Or 64. And his reasoning for that is that he got more FPS. Which,
Mm.
in a class of IT lads, was one of the funniest things we'd heard because we just dissed
Yeah,
him
he
for it.
didn't complete that course in case that was.
He was a rugby lad,
Actually,
so he did rugby
To
as
be
well.
fair, it also wasn't due to lack of computing knowledge. He didn't complete that course, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I
I
know
think
he
a lot
was-
of people, not a lot, but there were people on that course that were on it because it suited the scheduling of other things they wanted to
Yeah.
do, namely
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah, I would
And
say
it's just like a current trending thing and vaguely relevant to gaming,
there was,
right? So like, yeah.
there was 4 or 5 of them, all good friends that were rugby lads, and they were lovely people. The majority of them, not to be like honestly,
Yeah,
I was
fine.
good friends with a good few of them, but just like the one who was he fucking. Just,
I still have a
honestly,
fidget spinner on my desk, like right next to me, that was given to me by one of them.
Oh.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I don't know. Who are you thinking of?
The one who was a lot older than.
I
the
mean,
rest
you
of
can
us.
say you just. I mean,
No.
Charlie,
Okay.
Charlie, you can say
was one that was
you
a
can just
lot
give,
older than
you
the
can
rest
just cut
of
it
us.
Okay,
out.
there was one that was a year older.
Not sure.
Just
No.
say it, you can cut it out.
That's true. I could just bleep his name out.
No,
Okay, he was a year above us. Well, if I'm not wrong.
it was old BB.
Who the fuck are these people?
BB.
Yeah.
Oh, is
They're
it?
in our
Bol-
class.
Yeah.
Fucking
I know
love
in our
his name.
class.
Please remember to cut this out if you're going to.
Yeah, please remember to cut it out.
Cut this out. Yeah, cut this out. Noise gates. Just-
Yo, you want me to say the forbidden word so you remember to cut it
No.
out?
No.
No, I'm joking.
He will get kicked instantly.
That's the largest spike I've had yet.
I'm genuinely trying to think.
Yeah, mine was pretty worrying.
Let's see, man. But that was my biggest spike as well.
We can't forget about fucking. We had an IT club, which was 3D game design or something like that, and we just didn't
God.
do it for the entire first year because they didn't have it planned out because they switched from
It
Unreal
wasn't
to Unity,
particularly.
wasn't
It wasn't particularly well planned out because they just switched engines. Yeah.
it? So what did we do? We
and
just sat in the room for.
we just chatted with the lecturer about it. And just general things, which to be fair was a very much defining feature of that lecturer. That lecturer became my tutor in the second year.
He was a lovely guy.
Because the groups, the course split into two groups, the general route and the software route. And a very heavy percentage of our time spent with him was just chatting. He's a really great guy, really nice guy. Pushed university too much, that'd be my main criticism of him.
Oh, actually, we had
but
one
that's
like
probably under pressure from the college to do so. And other than that, really nice guy. Still speak with him occasionally.
we had one like that. However, he did the quite literal opposite. He would talk to you for hours, but wouldn't be work related. So he was a really nice teacher. He just got into the
Well, ours
college.
wasn't necessarily work related, but we still had like the priority for doing work.
Yeah, but ours didn't. He was he was somewhat new to the college, and obviously, like I really nice guy. I would talk to him about films, good 40 to 50 minutes a lesson. Not doing any work. I would literally just sit in the center table just talking to him, and he'll be like, "Yeah, cool. Right, can you do some work? But I've got 5 minutes. Fine, yeah. Can you go?" Literally half the time. He was a lovely guy though, but yeah, he just didn't really help when it came to actually doing work. He
Yeah.
just spoke. Love
I
that.
feel like the way it was for the lecturer for me is that he was fine with us. Like at first, when we first switched to him, like obviously when one were just starting off the year, so there was like a little bit of like we need to get to know each other and such. But once that passed, like it was very focused on work until certain individual members of the group would start chatting to him, and he just kind of got caught up in it accidentally. But then, while that happened, he could still see that we were doing work either at home or in our own time during lunches and such, right? And that like our assignments were still getting handed in. Well, and once he established that was like the class, like everyone in that class pretty much did their work from home. Very few of us did work in lessons, quite frankly. I mean, the majority of another lecturer's lessons was spent playing OSU. And for me, I watched the entirety of Hellsinger Bridge at one point during one of them's lessons because I fancied it. Apart from the moment where he stopped me by disabling my PC with the software they had to disable the PC, so I just closed the PC or turned the PC off and then launched into Ubuntu and continued watching from where I was. At which point he genuinely just walked up to me and said, "Fair play," and moved on. So like, you know, it was pretty chill. We all did our work from home, and I feel like if you have that culture, like they don't mind talking at all, really, because
Yeah,
it doesn't
we
affect
had
their scores.
someone in our class who literally did all their work at home and would just sit and watch. I can't remember what it was, but it was a YouTube series about making knives and cutting pigs up.
Yeah, there was someone that had a Switch in almost all of our lessons, just playing Switch games with his mate.
Yeah, like it's
College was chill, honestly. I know who you know I'm on about as well, Phelan, obviously.
It was just chill in general. I do miss some of the classes from IT, and it was just I think I missed just the lunch times. Honestly, like they were just so chill. Because my
I mean,
lunch
yeah,
times
the sad thing about college for us was that we did all end up sort of splitting away into individual groups.
Yeah, but like lunchtime in IT was completely different to our lunchtime in my media. Because we were media, we always had the excuse of, oh, we're going to go out to town and film. However, we spent most of the time going to Spoons and having a few drinks at lunchtime
Based.
or in the mornings.
That's how it be. That's just how it be.
Yeah, like literally, like we would always go in on
Great
a
advertisement from Britain here.
yeah, we would always go in the morning. I would go in earlier in the morning and go and meet them in Spoons, and then we would have a few drinks, and then or breakfast sometimes, and then go into class and get told off for being 5 minutes late, and then we would go back to Spoons at lunch.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
I don't know. Okay, but seriously, if you have a Spoons in your like county, whatever,
County.
ignore the Spoons and go to your local bar instead of the Spoons.
Yeah, fuck Spoons.
Fuck Spoons. It might be like a tiny bit more expensive, but it'll be so much more.
Shit company though.
Yeah, no, it'll be much better than supporting your local Spoons.
Yeah. But
And the
that was
food
what
will
we
be
did in
better.
college. That was fun.
True.
If you're getting food.
But And then we had a Mackey's next to our college. Though, to be honest, the college
Yeah.
closer to me has a Mackey's, Domino's, and KFC. So, that's a bit annoying. I would have loved a KFC next to our college. Though we did have a wonderful
lot of time in Mackey's in the second year.
Yeah, but
for
the
me.
first year we had that Chinese, which just shut after forever. But that
It didn't
Chinese
shut
was
forever.
lovely.
It just they'd reduce their hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I love that Chinese. That was great. The chips were
Yeah.
cheap and you got a good portion. I didn't really like. So this is the one thing I have about that college, which I would say most colleges are like this, is their cafeteria was shockingly expensive. I had, and same as I think Alfie, you had. We both had. What's it called when you get a set amount every day? Money, or like credit.
Free school meals.
Yeah, we had free school meals basically, and with that money,
But it doesn't equivalent to free school meals at college. It's not how it works. But
okay, yeah,
basically, we got a free amount of money to spend on meals every day.
yeah, which was $2.50,
Yeah.
roundabout. And with that money, I could buy exactly either 7 chicken nuggets, or I think it was like 4 chicken nuggets and a drink, which is horrifically small. And these were small nuggets. Like, it got to the point where I just stopped buying from there, and then every now and then, if Alfie had a bit of spare money, I asked him, "Can you give me a few nuggets?"
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just want to say about just to edit this bit out, but I should have muted my mic through Audacity, but just in case, please edit that bit out. Cool. Okay.
I'll
cool,
listen
back
to it.
over.
I'll make sure what you're talking about.
You've got some sharp spikes there to show you.
But yeah, no, that was stupidly expensive. Like the chicken nuggets, I think it was like 40
I
pence a
remember
nugget.
getting money from you in the most violent way possible.
I was in school.
Honestly,
I know, it was good
This
times.
was-
Failing. I mean, we're only got to cut. We're obviously gonna have to cut this whole bit out, and they have to repart. They got they have to redo that part. But through my Audacity, I've just done so much shit that they're going to cut out.
Oh god. I
When
think
you- okay,
I hit
no,
the-
no, no,
I hit the
no, no,
mute
no.
button,
Can
but
we
that was
please-
like waveforms.
Can you two shut up? When you say we, do you mean me?
No, wait.
No, me and
We're
Phelan.
taking shifts.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna edit yourself?
No,
Oh, yeah.
you fuck. you are gonna edit us out,
Okay.
retard.
For context,
Okay.
when Phelan says he used to get money out of me in the most violent way, this is referring to one of my favourite moments.
Once.
No, okay,
Whatever,
it happened.
once.
It happened a few times. But the funniest,
Yeah, but once. Let's not make me out to be.
the funniest one was
That was pretty awful.
he punched me, and a bunch of 50p's fell out my wallet, out of my blazer onto the floor. At which
Yeah.
point, I think he called me Sonic for the day.
Yeah.
That was fun. I lost like £2 that day.
It was good.
'Cause he didn't give
Yeah.
me the money back. It will never.
I still think rolling the pound coins is my favourite part of school.
No,
Oh, yeah.
not rolling. It was rolling the fucking biscuits was my favourite one.
Oh yeah, that's
Because you
good.
had infinite supply of biscuits because of failing for your birthday. Oh, it was fucking.
Wait,
You
what?
call it an infinite supply.
Oh, you
What
bought.
did I do for
You
your
bought him
birthday
like.
that got
I
biscuits
think
again?
you bought him like. So you know the really cheap shop in town.
Yeah. It was something.
You
yeah.
went there and bought him
Oh,
like
yeah.
I want to
Can't
say like
remember how
close
many.
to like 6
Exactly.
Also, you
packs
say
of
the really
McVitie's.
cheap shop in town. Oh, right. Oh no, that one. Right. Yeah. Okay.
The one
Fair
I'm
enough.
surprised that's still around.
God, yeah, that's the best place.
But yeah, you bought him. I swear you bought him
More
like
people
6
got me
packs
stuff.
of like.
I don't remember
cookies.
this, but this sounds like
Yeah.
something I would
And then
do.
you
And
just
where
started
we rolled
rolling
the pound coins,
Yeah.
we rolled biscuits.
And then all the girls would
God,
jump on
what, like
them.
out of the packet?
No, just the packet because you had
The
so
packet, yeah.
many.
Okay, I was wondering. Like, either way, this was weird. I know I can't figure out which one would have been weirder.
I almost
This is
actually
gonna go for like
okay,
an
so
hour and 20
We
minutes.
spoke. Yeah, we'll end it at like an hour and a half.
Okay, fair enough.
Just one last
Damn,
thing about this
John wants to
school.
go to bed.
We had
I don't mind. I just point it out.
we had like a balcony bit. So there was like it was 2 floors. Obviously, each side had their buildings, like the rooms, and then in the middle there was like a balcony, and there was a toilet there on each floor. They were unisex, then they didn't go unisex, and then they were unisex, and then they I don't know what.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense. We just dealt them. We used them especially whenever we left. We used them as unisex toilets, though the majority of the time the girls used the top one just to make it easier. When we were getting
And so they
changed.
could skive away from more places easier.
But on this balcony, our good friend John got on my shoulders, and I don't know how, but I ended up just like leaning against the wall, so he was just left all the way, like almost falling off the fucking balcony.
oh
That
my
was great
God.
fun. Also, I never got told off for rolling my sleeves up, and everybody else did, so I felt like a legend.
Don't remember
Like a
people being
legend.
told off for that, but I'm sure they were.
Also, I almost
I
got,
don't remember, but definitely happened.
I almost got sent to the fucking medical area because one of our head teachers thought I had asthma. Thought I was gonna die on
Oh, yeah.
PE.
Yeah,
That
good
was great
times.
fun. Just because I was breathing slightly heavily and No, I don't have asthma. Fuck off.
Breathing slightly heavily. Okay.
I went for a
just breathing slightly
4-kilometer run today. That was fun.
Oh yeah, did you get a good time?
Yeah, 40 minutes. An average of 11 minutes per kilometer. Though I did get to 3 minutes a kilometer somehow at one point. So
Oh my god.
that was fun.
I've just realised, at what point are we going to say, instead of like world's fastest time to run a kilometre, like world's fastest kilometre speed run?
Oh, it's not long, is it?
I hope not.
So, anyway,
It'll simplify things.
this has been a somewhat we had plans and we spoke about one of the
I was going to
topics.
say, are we going to cover any of the topics?
Well, we spoke about
'Cause we
one of the
covered, like, one.
topics.
Yeah. It went well though without them. Is the
The fun is,
thing.
yeah, it was a decent
I don't want
podcast.
to-
It's going to be a
Yeah.
shit. Well, it's going to be fun to edit, and I'll get that started tonight. But
He lied.
shut up. But I'm gonna know. So actually, I was gonna say this on stream. I'm gonna split this. Comes out later. It's my own fault, but it's in the podcast now. I'm gonna split the editing days up. So I'm gonna do all the graphic design today. So be it like all the graphic, like audio stuff and intros, as you saw in the last one that I went. I don't know what happened with that, with the texts, where it just went really low quality on my first video.
That was interesting.
And I'm
and
also
it was only for me.
I'm also going to edit on Sony Vegas. For one, I just it just flows a bit better when I edit on there, and also
Interesting.
I can export audio only. For some reason, I can't on. Oh, I can on DaVinci,
Resolve.
but it doesn't do the formats I need. So Vegas, it just means if I edit in there, it's all the raw files. I don't have to worry about losing much quality. But I'm just used to editing in Vegas anyway, so I'm going to use DaVinci for the graphics
Right.
more than anything. But yeah, no. Anything you guys want to say or mention or?
See, this always happens when
like-
a time is mentioned in the podcast and we're anywhere near or past an hour. That's it. That kills it right there.
Yeah,
No.
I was happy to keep going for another hour, but
Yeah, but you're not the one editing this.
Yeah.
I know I'm not the one in this. So
That's why we want to keep it.
just as a bit of a topic
Oh no.
to discuss very minimally while we're waiting for someone else to say goodbye because I'm not currently here. But don't rush yourself. I know he can hear me probably.
No,
He's a bit of a
I wanna
cunt.
talk
But
about
he
one
can't
more
hear
thing.
us.
He can.
He
What do you
can't.
mean I
Yeah,
can't
he
hear you?
can.
He's got his
What do
sandwich.
you mean I can't hear
He
you?
got his
He's
sandwich.
better with some Sammys.
He couldn't wait 10
Oh.
minutes to get those fucking sandwiches. Right.
No? Right, so you may remember.
What else we talk about?
I think I mentioned this on the last podcast. That former Blizzard CEO,
Oh yeah.
that Mike Morhaime had stepped back and formed a new, or stepped out of retirement, sorry, and formed a new studio called Dreamhaven, which is quite exciting if you think about what old Blizzard was known for in the gaming community and what could hopefully potentially come from this company if they stick true to their promise to create good gaming experiences before profit, right? But interestingly, for those that don't know, StarCraft has obviously been a very popular RTS for a long time. And StarCraft 2 officially ended development
Oh,
a
yeah.
few days ago. It was
Oh.
they said that's it, we're ending development. It will just be balance changes from now on, right? But there's no further development of the game. We will fix any balance issues that come up, but other than that, that's it. And from that, it has been announced today, a couple hours ago, that a massive group and some of the biggest names from Blizzard's RTS department, Tim Morton and Tim Campbell, have formed a studio called Frost Giant, who are entirely dedicated to building RTS games, and now it also exists. So Blizzard is having a bit of an exodus, in a sense,
Didn't
because a lot of the
Frost
people that
Giant-
joined Dreamhaven were people that got kicked out of Blizzard when they unhired like 1 billion employees the other day, like a few years ago.
Oh,
Didn't
dear.
Frost Giant exist before though?
What? Sorry,
Didn't Frost Giant exist before though?
I have no idea.
I swear some studio called Frost Giant existed before.
Let's have a quick
Possibly.
look. I've never
I know
heard
that
of
it
it.
says here that they've.
I I'm pretty sure Frost Giant. I kind of like
He's a Marvel character.
no. I think Frost Giant and then think of Evolve.
I don't
Like,
know
they
of a
get
Frost
involved.
Giant that's
They
existed
get. Oh wait,
before.
Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve. I think of Frost Giant and I think of Evolve. Especially Evolve V2.
The game Evolve.
Right.
Yeah, Evolve the
No,
game.
the Darwinian concept.
That's by Turtle Rock Studios.
Oh my god, no, it's just called Evolve V2. Sorry.
Evolve was like that game that just failed horrifically.
Yeah,
Evolve
it's called
Stage 2 is Turtle Rock Studios as well, yeah.
Yes, it's called Evolve V2. I was really stupid.
Okay, so nothing to do
Anyway.
with Frostbite. But then that sounds
Yeah,
pretty cool. But then
It's interesting to me because Blizzard has... I think most people that are fans of Blizzard games would have said they've had a downturn since being owned by Activision and the merger of Activision and Blizzard.
yeah, Call of Duty's one of my favourites.
Yeah, not a Blizzard game. But I would say most people that are fans of Blizzard would agree that Activision has a bad influence on Blizzard because it's forced the company to focus significantly on profit and shareholder numbers and such more than its games, and that's why we've seen more heavily like microtransactions and such, and it's just kind of fucked. And we had like the Diablo scandal on phones with Diablo Immortal and all that, and I feel like a lot of that probably wouldn't have happened if Blizzard was in its original roots from a good while ago. Like, it's definitely not been that for quite a long time, as much as some people might try and believe it. What's interesting is that, you know, former CEO comes out of retirement, forms a new studio, or a new games company with 2 separate independent studios within it, that are going to be developing games and supposedly not focused on profit. Blizzard ends development of its mainline RTS, and the big people in it just say, "Alright, fuck you, we're leaving," and form an RTS studio. Like, there's some pretty exciting game studios that are going to be coming up
Hopefully.
in the future. I mean, I won't call them indie. I mean, Frost Giant secured $5 million in investment.
That's
So,
not
like,
that much.
they're not
I mean-
exactly indie, but
That's
Game series that wouldn't even last that long, honestly.
not normally.
pussy numbers.
But it'd be interesting to see.
No, definitely. And I don't know if I want to say this because it might date it, but thank you everybody on Twitch for almost getting me to 300 followers. You never know, by the time this comes out, that'll be gone. But thank you all very
I mean,
much.
thankfully, we've not said anything else that would make it particularly easy to date.
Nah,
like
no, we don't
mentioning
do
the
that.
exact number of coronavirus cases that have happened today in the UK.
You know, it's in October,
No.
towards the latter half.
Yeah, like
You know,
we're not particularly focused on giving out that sort of information. Quite personally, I wouldn't say that that's really our focus.
No.
You know, all we mention is it's 21,331 cases, which happens to correlate with the amount of cases on the 20th of October 2020.
Anyway.
But-
There.
damn. Here it goes.
Dab. No, thank you.
Take it back now, y'all.
So, yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to promote or say or do or...
Say for sure,
No,
yes.
at the moment.
This has definitely been a. This is all Jown's fault. This abrupt and it
What?
always happens. I like to say.
What?
So whenever anyone so much as mentions the time Jown in one of these podcasts, Charlie looks at it and he'll either immediately end it or he'll go, "No, it's fine. I want to carry on for a bit," and then immediately end out of nowhere.
Again,
When did I last suggest a time? Huh? Mhm.
again,
You said that how long we've been
Yeah.
recording about 10 minutes ago.
yeah, you did.
How long have we been?
What?
No, I didn't. No, that's fucking. Okay, what's the time now? It's that was 40 minutes ago.
I don't know what's happening.
40 minutes ago. 40 minutes ago.
Anyway, thank you so much.
No, it wasn't.
I just want to say as well,
It was.
thanks everybody on Twitch in general. It's been going somewhat
was
well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can you two fuck off? So yeah,
I mean, you can just cut the audio out.
I can't wait for Agent Oink to start streaming as well as Delicious. I think they're going to
Mm.
start doing horror games with me.
I'm actually going to start streaming this week on twitch.tv/tacticaltv, so keep an
He's
eye
gonna
out.
be
for
streaming
it.
Remember to support him at twitch.tv/product/tacticaltv, where you can subscribe
He's
for
gonna start
$4.99 a month and get exclusive features like ad-free viewing and awesome
I
emotes.
can't look at John. Yeah, no,
He's enjoying
we
that,
do
isn't
actually
he?
have. I've changed one of the emotes to the clip it because I wanted to just make the. I wanted to.
I like that emote.
Yeah, I wanted to change the emotes and not have all my face, do channel shit. I'm still kind of upset that I've hit the limit of sub emotes, but hey ho, partner, here we go.
Yeah.
But no,
Keep the grind.
keep the grind going. We're gonna hit 2 billion in a few days. I don't actually know what's happening recently. The COD Blade has happened, and I've done that. Couldn't play it, but done that.
Yeah, I've the only thing I've seen in any information about COD is that whole pixel death controversy.
Oh my
that
god! Don't even
Just
get me
blew my
started.
fucking mind. I was like, what? Like, are people suggesting that previous COD death animations have been realistic? Because, like, what the fuck?
And
Like,
camos
what?
and all
What
that
is wrong with you? Like, come on.
genuinely is annoying. Like,
I've not heard of this, but it already.
so
sounds
I
to me-
tweeted out. I'm just going to
It
say this
sounds
quickly,
so good.
and I'm just going to say it quickly because I'm probably going to do a dedicated video on it, like the whole genre in general, because it's pissing me off in general. But basically, Call of Duty have recently added a new skin with tracers and a new death animation, which is called the 16-bit skin or whatever. And it basically you get 16-bit tracers and 16-bit camos, and when you die or when you get a kill, the enemy player just turns into like a 16-bit character that falls apart. And PC Gamer put an article up saying this is the most this is where we cross the line for realism in Call of Duty. And I'm like, that's where you call the line. That's where you don't call the line when they add fucking anime girls and skins, or you don't cross the line when they're adding zombies into fucking Warzone. No, you cross the line
Yeah.
when you make it 16-bit.
And also, like,
What's that
to be
calling
fair,
crossing
like,
the line?
I don't know, I haven't played much COD, and I'm only recalling from, like, small clips I've seen, because I haven't watched much COD either.
Literally just
But I'm
threw me
pretty
off
sure,
guard,
like,
dude.
normally when someone dies in COD, right, it's not like a realistic animation. Like, quite often, like, the physics engine will just jib out of it, and their
No,
body will
so-
flip around a little.
Okay, so
Like, not a huge amount, it's not, like, crazily buggy or anything, but it happens. Like, that's not realistic.
If you-
I don't think anyone gives a fuck.
if you're going into death animations, I fucking got being the only person who's actually spent money on COD. I bought a season pass, and one of the death animations in that is a bat biting a human's head off. That's realistic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fucking.
happens all the time.
But no, like the whole thing that's been pissing me off is just the comparison between the new Cold War and Modern Warfare. They're different games. I'm not going to get into it. I'll make a video on it because it's going to piss me off. But they're different games. People have been trying to say, like, compare them like they're the same. They're not. It's like saying, I'm trying to give an example of this. I'm trying to think, this is going to... Can someone tell me a game that's the same series but made by different developers? I'm trying to think of one. I suppose Battlefield?
Halo.
Oh, Halo. Yeah, there you go. Like,
Quite a lot of franchises.
Jones got some
Yeah.
news.
Yeah.
No,
quite a lot of franchises that have been around for a while.
It's for the end of the podcast. For the absolute end of the
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Good luck figuring out when that is.
but yeah, no, that whole I've been tweeting about it and
5
talking about it on the
seconds
stream,
and 5 hours.
and it's just been really annoying me. Though I've been getting into COD, nobody else is.
Wait. Has the recent been Halo?
What?
Has the recent thing been Halo? I heard Finn.
We were
I was just asking
talking
about-
game studio or game franchises that have multiple releases but developed by different versions, different companies.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously Halo's been a part of that because of the whole 343 industries. But seriously, I think 343. I think 343 with how everything like they've been limited with everything. I think they've done like a six. I don't know. I think they've done like a fucking beautiful version just because of how everything's happened with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable. I think that's what a lot of people forget about is, like, all these game updates game breaking updates in any game, or stuff like that happen. They people at home doing this. Not everybody has the luxury of being able to go to a company or to a HQ and work as a team. So obviously there's going to be issues in any game, be it released or an update.
Also, just the games industry is not a particularly nice industry to work in.
No.
Well, it's literally not.
There's a very large illusion that a lot of gamers, quote unquote, try and push that, like, it's a cushy job. You can have a nice cushy programming job and get paid
It
90,000 a year. It's like, bro, if you want to work 14 hours a day
It's
constantly,
so
sure.
not.
Like, it's not a nice business at all.
Anyway, is there anything you guys like to promote? I just ranted about Call of Duty.
I mean, I'm waiting for fucking Finn to come out so I can sing the song.
Oh, no. What song?
The song I was waiting for. You'll see when Finn comes back. I think you'll be
Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
Exciting.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't have anything personally to promote.
Fair. This is not going in the podcast. I wanna ask you about like the build, the PC thing, the business thing later, like after. So I don't know. Yes.
Yeah.
This is very awkward. Do I just
Apparently.
end it? Do I just end it without them saying anything?
We could just end it right now. Should we just end it?
Yeah, we should probably just end it. Should we just end
Let's
it?
just end it.
Should we just end it?
Goodbye.
Should we?
Yeah, let's just end it.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
It's nice knowing
I
you.
don't think that would be
Yeah, let's just end it.
a nice idea.
End it.
I don't think.
Hey,
we
Jaron,
should,
we're gonna end it. Jaron, we're ending it right now.
Oh yeah, he can.
Jaron,
No,
Jaron-
he's typing in chat and he got auto-modded for saying no twice.
Jaron, we're ending. Jaron, we're ending right now.
Well, Jaron,
Did he get
ending.
auto-modded again?
Wait, what? Like,
You spam.
Oh, fuck that mod. Alright, here you go. What's he go? Oh, can I remember it? Oh, I don't think I remember it. I don't think I remember it. I get.